Just a couple months ago, I was in LA and I was with a few friends and their girlfriends, and we got into a conversation about male and female dynamics and dating in 2023 and the future of dating. And, of course, we talk about this stuff because this is what I talk about to you. So then I decided to open up my big fat mouth and start to go on my own rant of how I think that men have it really hard with dating and women have it easy. And it turned into an entire debate, intense conversation for the rest of dinner, which was another about hour. That continued into the rest of the night when we went back to my friend's house and talked about it for another 2 hours. I learned my lesson. Not to bring up these topics to close friends and discuss this, because I really like my friends' girlfriends. They're really nice people. And when we're not talking about that kind of topic, it's really enjoyable. So I want to avoid that at all costs. I'm telling you this story because this is one of the things that I want you to be cognizant of as you move through the world and how it's developing. You really should be limiting your time around the people who are not going to see the viewpoints that you see. So my first tip to you is don't be spending time around ultra hardcore feminists or even people who believe that men have it super easy and the world is all built for them, which it is not. And the more and more you spend time around these people, the more you're just going to feel bad about yourself and feel bad about being a man in general. Limit your time as much as possible. If you're in a case like me, where I can't maybe limit my time around my friends' girlfriends, limit the conversations. And I'll tell you, maybe I'll never learn this lesson because sometimes I like to bring it up because it's fun for me, but that was not a fun night. That night turned from really awesome and fun to very draining. Not only don't spend your time around those people, but we spend our time a lot online, on social media, on the internet. And there is so much rhetoric there, it's crazy. Sometimes it's even hard to avoid it. Don't follow feminists. Don't follow anyone on social media that don't respect men. Some people will do that. We tend to follow people we hate. I don't know, maybe it's because we get these emotions and we feel some sort of emotion from that, and that just keeps us addicted to wanting to know more. Don't do that. That's ultimately gonna net negative for you. I'd also stay away from a lot of the videos where there's people shutting women down as well. The ultra pro-male stuff. Maybe there's a little bit of this on this channel, but there's other channels, there's other social media accounts, there's a lot on X, and the more and more you read that, whether you believe it or not, it's gonna cause a lot of resentment. You're just gonna feel more angry. You're gonna feel more angry at women and what's going on there. And I get it, a little bit of that is educational, we get to learn a little bit, but then it becomes this entertainment. And I don't truly believe that people can watch this as entertainment and not feel some sort of anger, resentment, and just heavy emotional stuff that's maybe weighing on you throughout the day. So I'd be careful of that information and that entertainment too. Instead, I'd rather watch stuff that builds you up as a man. Speaking of that, I do have a community of guys in my Irresistible Academy. In there are videos where you can learn all different ways to make yourself more irresistible. You'll learn about productivity, about style, about relationships, how to keep relationships, advanced conversation techniques. So check that out at tripadvice.com/academy. On a positive note, there are women out there who appreciate masculinity, who like masculine men, who are not feminists and are not trying to tear down men. They're just today a little bit harder to find. So you do have to be careful who you spend time with, filter properly, make sure you're paying attention to what women are saying when you're on dates with them to make sure they're not man haters or think that they're being oppressed by the patriarchy. Be careful on X, formerly known as Twitter. I think that place, in my opinion, is just a really rough place unless you're following the right people. A lot of negativity, a lot of yelling. It's very loud. I barely go on it anymore. Probably should follow better people. But it's really hard to get away from all that really intense conversation. So at this point, I just stay away from it because it's just too negative. But bottom line is you can't fix it. We just can't. I mean, you can't a little bit. I have this channel. I do what I can. You're not going to be able to fix the world, change the world in terms of how it's going and where it's going in terms of this kind of rhetoric. So what can you do? All you can do is just try to be the best version of yourself and be able to spend time around the people that matter and lift you up.